Wow, she's gonna get her birthday too. Yes, because of fan page. If I can bump into one of these sometimes with 6,000 posts, it's a little bit too many posts at this point. At this point, it's overwhelming just to scroll down. Eventually, things get really awkward and dangerous. Because I'm doing it on a tablet and I got stuck once. Yeah, so welcome to Sanity Dump number 4. Level 4. And if I say something smart, you might want to subscribe. I'm just saying, for some reason people are watching these videos more willingly than anything else I've done. Oh, really? It's less than typical, actually. Well, that's unusual. It's just like, watch time is ridiculously good, and one person cannot do it, and I just dumped. And just, it is within the typical, range, as it shows. It probably has been bumped. Like, let's see the fourth video, right? The colors. It's below that range. And I put actual effort into it. So what do I have? I can't add effort anymore into my videos? It's ridiculous. I'm like fucking... My brain is melting. This is not good, guys. Basically, I'm incentivized not to care too much, just to move forward, which is understandable. And it's what I'm supposed to do in real life as well, a little bit. But this is my life now. I have spent more time on YouTube than anywhere else. Or even having friends. I spend more time on YouTube not having friends than having friends, it feels like. Because even if I didn't, but let's fucking open up the whole matrix of where I spend my time. Yes, unfortunately, matrix can mean a very complicated drawing trying to explain something, or it could mean the entire system of a sub-reality. It's an alternate reality, basically, that you create for yourself. Matrix allows you to just do whatever you want. You just have to die for it, I don't think you would be willing to do that, because it's too complicated to control reality all by yourself. Just saying. Oh, it doesn't... Okay, 1 second, I need to open... Fucking my computer had a restart. Somehow conveniently, right? Windows wanted to update. Yeah, I updated my Windows. You found a perfect timing. Anyway, so I experienced this. I didn't experience breaking through number 30. Again, I'm guessing this is 10, this is 20. And this gap is a little bit like, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to understand. And then you climb all the way up. From yeah, this was the way that I fucking put it together. And I'm like still confused about it. But I'm still confused. Still. Because from this peak to this peak is actually, 2 pieces of an element. From this piece to this piece is 1 piece of an element. It doesn't make sense that it would take 10 years. Right? Unfortunately, this is pretty important piece of that element, and it still goes to another piece of an element for 10 years. So, I don't know, man. You can also distribute the 20 years more evenly here, where it does feel like it's taken up a lot more space, like maybe 10 happens here. I don't know. But no. No, the only odd one out is this piece, right? This piece has 10 years, but 2 pieces of element. Everything else has one piece. So it's a little bit confusing. I would say like, no, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to normalize this. We could just completely redesign the whole thing, where it's like 8 years each. Alright. But then it's scary because the number 30 changes. The zeros change their locations. Which is weird. So weird, man. 16, 24. Then you hit at 32. Which still sounds fine. If you can do a magical thing, which is 5.5? No, 7.5. Then you have 15, 23.5, and then you hit at exactly 30. That would be like super precise 4 pieces. Because again, this water element, earth element, but you go up and down. So it changes a little bit. The interaction. Anyways, so where do I spend my time? I'm not going to change the numbers. But past 10, we can start thinking about it, right? However, I'm telling you guys, as you get older, your experience actually is more relevant, not less relevant, as some people might want to suggest to you. Because you still, until you die, you're living in the present, and everything is left behind into the past. The years that you have lived are, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get the experience of living a year or breathing, but you can create an experience that is much more powerful than the one you had before, because you already had it, and hopefully you have properly established that experience as a skill, or whatever it takes, or at least memorized it properly. Yeah, when it comes to school, you're not supposed to memorize the books, you're supposed to memorize the memorizing of books. Just you sitting in a classroom and doing things, and not like it. You don't have to like it, you have to transform it in your memory, because it's a bad experience in general. I mean, it looks so similar, right? Like 15, 25. It feels like nothing is wrong, but it feels wrong to me in terms of how it represents itself. I don't know, man. I'll just keep it the way it is, and once I see an update, I will update your Windows. No big deal, guys. I will send a notification. No, you're gonna see the difference in the future. If you follow me, that is. Alright, so, where do we go from here? I finish, obviously, at 18, and I don't do more school, alright? School is a drug, and you're not gonna sell more of that to me. Because I can't afford it. I literally was not able to afford university. I couldn't go there because I didn't know where to live. I thought we're gonna live with my friends. That didn't pan out. Whatever. You know, I just gave up. Instantly gave up because I got fucking scammed. And it's just so painful. Such a scam. Also, it was not the right thing to do for my friend to just allow me to become his roommate. Because he's a little bit toxic, and if anything goes wrong, he's the one fucking falling apart. And not me. But he's technically in control of situation. Or he thinks he is. It would be interesting experience either way, but the reason why it didn't work is my friend was like, well, my mom would not allow me to do that, because we would be living in a married couple's home, which is, yeah, understandably creepy, but I don't I don't see the point. I don't see the point, man. If they have plenty of space, you gotta share it. You gotta learn how to share it, man. It is what it is, though. So, up until 20, like, school experience, we can just discard the whole thing, to be honest. And I didn't stop until I was 20, and then I went to UK immediately. So past this point, when I hit the rock bottom of just like, what the fuck do I do with my life? Exact at 20 years. Now I'm like, oh shit, I have to go to UK now and actually work. That's gonna work out, right? Well, it doesn't, because now I get to taste another piece of life. And how many pieces of life do I have to taste until I realize how to live a life? Because it's tough. It's really tough, man. I don't know what works. So I try to work in, well, different places, but the thing that was dragging me down and putting pressure on me is my hygiene. I didn't master hygiene. I didn't have proper fucking hygiene growing up, because my parents just didn't fucking give a fuck about me. Didn't explain all the little details. Alright. So I was just the odd person who smells, in a way. Now I'm realizing if I'm uncomfortable with my body, I have to take a shower. If I think about, not smelling and worry about it, I have to take a shower. It doesn't have to be a long shower. I just have to wash away the pain and suffering. This is the level that I'm at. I might even improve upon this idea, but hardly. This is like the most basic level that everyone should be at. Alright, so I'm not embarrassed to talk about it anymore. And so I lost many jobs because of that. I lost one job because fucking I didn't even got a notification. And they show me that I did got a notification. And it's just a fucking trickery upon trickery, right? But no, it wasn't their fault. It was my fucking alright, mobile service provider that was glitching me up and not sending me notifications anymore, because I clicked on some bullshit basically, and all of a sudden now I was jobless because I didn't respond, and they didn't care about my reasoning. He didn't respond for a certain amount of time. And it was weird. Like, I did something weird, and like, it's just weird. Everything just stacked up against me. And I lost a pretty good job, but I just moved on to the next thing. Probably I lost like the best job. The best one. By a fluke. And it pisses me off. It immediately, my senses were tingling. I think I was 22, I don't know. 21, 22. So my senses are tingling of like, well, excuse me, princess, but you can't just take away my job. If I'm being productive, if I'm earning you money, like, what the fuck is if I have acknowledged how the job actually works and learned all the skills, you're just gonna dispose me? You think I'm abusive somehow? Do you think I'm doing this on purpose? How the fuck do you know that? And I present the reason, and I still fucking get kicked out. This is absolute madness, bro. It's madness. But that's the fucking story. And I fixed the whole thing, and I didn't get the job back. Because this is actually a norm, I realized. This is actually a norm. There's no way to pay back. Just to pay them the damages, maybe there's something damaged because of that. But like, fucking hell, I can't get my job back. I have to move to the next place, and this continues. You know, I had to move from one thing to another, basically. But the next job I kept for 1.5 years. So, pretty good. Now, what's the point of telling you guys this? What's the point? Where are we going? This whole time I have been completely isolated. I did not have friends. Past 20, no friends. Technically past 18, past graduation of school, no friends at all. Because immediately I broke up with my friend. Immediately after graduation, he gets a girlfriend. And it's fucking tripping me over. Because, like, shit, I saw her in my school, and I kind of liked her, and now it's your girlfriend. Okay, that's fascinating. And he was trying to also leave me to become even more dysfunctional. Because she was water and he was wind. And he would just win the lottery if he just cut me off. You know, cut off the person that was putting him in place. He's also claiming to be Ukrainian, but he's a Russian-speaking cancer that, you know, manifested here. So he needs a little bit of, you know, trimming of his wings, unfortunately, by default. And perhaps we're gonna, you know, pretend that we're still friends and see where it goes, because I'm very curious. I can send him notifications right away to just pretend to be, you know, desperate for friendship or whatever. But the message will be sent, no big deal. He will get it. And he will get way too much. Anyways, so past that point, at some point I had to quit UK in general at 24. Is it age reveal now? Is it gonna happen? Sure, why not? But for the whole thing here, I have been, you know, friendless, lonely. No one was around. All right, and I kind of understand, but not really. I mean, I hit rock bottom, and now I'm trying to climb. And doing it alone it's kind of weird. It's weird. Is that appropriate, though? I guess it's appropriate, and I think it's appropriate only if I'm flawless. If what I do is flawless, that no one can even help me and pitch in, then I understand. I don't need friends, basically. And if I don't need something, we're not gonna worry about it too much. You know, I can just focus on my thing. And I went back to my mom, and she's not really good of a friend, but she's a nice utility person. Alright? I help her, she helps me. Good roommates, we can call it now this way. And I feel helpful to her. Because buying groceries now is extremely painful. So I came back at a perfect time where COVID started happening. If I stayed in UK during the pandemic, I don't know, man. Some weird shit would have happened. Like, it's impossible. It would be deadlock for me. I would have had to escape anyways. Simply because I would still have to pay rent. It's the dumbest thing. So I escaped immediately. At the right fucking time, at 2019. I had the whole year to kind of get myself comfortable, and then fucking COVID just smashes into the world. Like, what the fuck? Did I escape the fucking nuclear weapon? Again, if you were in a place where you have to pay rent, you just become homeless. I was just lucky to be able to come back home. I was just lucky to open my heart just enough, like my mom was trying to call me basically. Just to answer the phone and be like, shit, I still have an option. I literally was trying to erase the option. I was trying to become suicidal even. Of like, I will not be able to pay rent. I can't be homeless. That is the most disturbing thing. That's just a zombifying experience where you can't do shit anymore. So I'm just dead at this point. I'm just better off dead. But then, you know, my mom calls me and like everything just flips around. I'm like, shit. If I come back, maybe nothing bad is gonna happen. Maybe, I mean, I won't have to at least pay rent. But who knows how will we live, right? I didn't know if we could survive that way because I knew I will be jobless pretty much. But maybe, you know, in Lithuania I can still get a job now that I have some experience. And still the whole time I'm fucking lonely. All right? The whole time yes, it's a reveal. It's 10 years in total. But honestly, my whole life, because I never really made like a real friend that lasts long enough to, you know, fill the gaps. But not really. I mean, I was talking to another person that kind of stuck around for a little bit until UK, and I just moved on. So I filled in this gap with some more stuff. It's not the coolest stuff ever, or it feels like I did. Maybe I'm just coping, because I met that person, but maybe I was still at school. I don't know. So yeah, no girlfriend, nothing, none of those things. I just don't know where to move. Like someone has to point a direction. Someone has to have enough love to make this win-win connection of like point what to do and where to go, how to perform a task of not being alone. Yes, people think you need courage to do that. I don't have it. All right, my personality doesn't have courage. If you need a specific personality trait, we're already screwed in this equation. There's already going to be, you know, 50% of people who don't have courage. 50% who don't appear courageous in any way. And then it's like, well, what are these people supposed to do? Well, right now, if there's no clear direction, if nobody fucking points a finger, what happens is we being preyed upon. We're we're just playing a desperation game. Who's gonna become desperate and actually ask for help? Because help is not gonna be delivered. You know it's not gonna be, if it's not being delivered naturally, it's not gonna be delivered by desperation. Desperation is always getting abused. People try to, you know, stay away of like, oh, you're a crazy person. Like what? How? So all the relationships supposed to be natural, but when it comes to actually enjoying sharing your relationships with other people, now it's not natural. Now it's desperation, right? And I understand. World works in a certain way, and a person who just watches YouTube is not gonna achieve anything in life. All right? Or am I? Am I not? So I didn't spend time with my friends that much. It was replaced by YouTube immediately, by a computer immediately. But not really, right? Like, because I had the ability to, you know, connect with friends during the school years, because it's the easiest thing. We're all stuck. We're all, you know, we all have decided that we're stuck together, so we can just hang out whenever, right? After school, we can hang out. As many of us as we please. But past school, everyone just scatters far away, like Dragon Balls. That just, you know, you collect 7 Dragon Balls, wish happy goodbye, and they just run away. Oh, you wished for a wrong thing. You can wish for world domination. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't tell you the instructions of Dragon Balls. You'll have to collect them all again. And collecting all Dragon Balls again for the second time after they slip away, after they give you a tutorial, that's impossible task. That's just like a wishful thinking that you will collect all your friends back together. That is impossible, basically. I can't even get a single one of them to like me anymore. It's like, fucking hell. But if I can have a conversation with them, I mean, that's something, right? But the big question is like, how the fuck do you create a family if the world is so unstable? What's the point? What's the point? All right, these babies, these children have been shit out into the world, and we don't want to live a happy life connecting with people. We want to see who falls first. That's the first thing we want to see. Who loses their fucking mind? Who loses themselves? Who makes too many mistakes? Who cannot survive? You know, this is the vibe that we living in. All right. So when I say, I don't know how we got here, I just know I was trying to answer a simple question of how many years I've spent on YouTube, technically. But it wasn't that long. The moment I hit 24, the moment I escaped UK, was the moment I started the YouTube processing. But because you can do it in the comfort of your home, you can do it anytime you want, it's very, very efficient. So even if I spent 10 years with my friends, the efficiency is probably like 20%. With YouTube, it's well. Okay, let's compare it together, because 20% is going to mean nothing. But it probably is 5 times less. But it's a little bit more potent. It's a little bit more interesting, right? Except if you hang out with friends who are younger, I don't think there's even a difference. And maybe it's actually a lesser difference, because on YouTube you get actually high quality content, high quality people putting together their thoughts and their ideas, which are supposed to be quite higher level. Especially if you lose your friends, then there's another multiplier just dividing the thing. So now we have 4 years. Also sanity. Where do we start it? Because I need this number to feed to Lindsay. She deserves it, and she's gonna get 3,000 soon. We need videos. Wow, she's gonna. We started at 4,000, so let me just bring sanity back. Boom, 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 boom. 1 second, guys. Yeah, this is fucking disturbing content that I'm making. It's disturbing. I'm just vomiting sanity even more than I used to, and people even watch it even more. Perhaps just trying to understand what the fuck is going on here. But I guess it's working. I don't know, man. It's working, man. Because, like, I can only box myself for so long until I have to just loosen everything and let myself talk about whatever I feel like. Wherever I'm going, I'm just gonna go to the max, you know? So 25. We have to drain this as well. Where were we? So I lost my thought, man. I was doing the calculation. So even if I spent 10 years with my friends, they left me. All right, math. They left me. They're not very efficient. I don't have too many memorable moments. A girl that I like was pretty much stolen. But not really. I'm not gonna be salty about that one. Alright. I'm actually kinda happy. I'm happy enough to give out 1.1. Should I? Hmm. It's women we're talking about, and they have fucking magical powers. I don't know. So she probably fucking found a desperate way to crawl into my life. Just a magical, desperate way. I'll just imagine that happened. Because I can definitely believe in magical powers of women. We get basically 1.6 years. Are there downsides to YouTube? You know, well, but if your friends leave you, like your progress gets messed up. You have to just reinvent your progress. You have to do it alone as well sometimes. So we're comparing 1.6 years of experience to uh, 4 years, but those 4 years were pretty fucking happy years of my life. So I have to give it this. So we're comparing 1.5 with 6. Double checking the math on this one. Well, it doesn't really matter what kind of age group I was talking to, because it's always good to have friends. All right, it's always going to develop you as a person. And it matters in the future as well. It seems like that I had a lot of choices behind that. Like, we didn't have the internet, so we just had to go outside and socialize to some extent. But to some extent, it became hostile as well. Just strictly hostile to just the way that but I interacted with a lot of people as well. Some people came to my home. It still turned into a hostile thing eventually that I can't forget. But it's weird. It's so twisted. So I'll just leave it as it is, 1.5 years compared to 6. And I'm very happy with my experience and I can stack it. I have full control. The gap is probably more than 4 times, but we can leave it at here. So despite we compared 10 years to 4 years, 4 years win by 4 times regardless. All right, it feels like my life is in a much better trajectory, and people who are offended by how I changed, they don't get it. They don't understand nothing, bro. Potentially, rewind is my way of, fixing my problems. But there could be another ironic thing where I can't rewind for an obvious reason. Because my structure is solid, so I can rewind, but what's the point? I can rewind for other people, though, because my structure is so solid I can actually criticize other people. So this is probably the reason why I'm picking the rewind thing, why I want to go back into other people's past and fix that shit. Because I had to live in a poor environment under a lot of pressure. For me, building a stable structure is a given strategy of life. For everyone else, they might be wasting their resources, not knowing that they might not make it to the top and break through. They might be wasting their sanity or some bullshit like that, but they feel like they can waste it because they have security in their lives. But as you can see with past the COVID era, we have no security about anything. This was all just a lie. Especially when you have to respect the idea that people are growing up. The baby boomer generation that has been shit out of their system, we're growing up when we're taking a lot of space. We are definitely at odds with each other, increasingly so, and it's getting very difficult. It's a suffocation, imminent, basically. Unless you know how to take space in a reasonable way, you're gonna be knocked out and just roam around homeless until we find space for you. We find something for you to do. But right now, we're just at odds with each other. So we're too busy to actually fix most of the problems that the world has to offer. Literally. The only way we're fixing homelessness is by shoving camera in people's faces, and turning them into actors. That's all we know. This is the only thing we know, basically. The only thing we get. So technically, what Mr. Beast is doing is fascinating. He's not just shoving a camera into people's faces. He actually knows how to improve that style of content a little bit, which I can appreciate. Regardless, yeah, rewind, boys. Then perhaps that's why it's actually a little bit longer of a period. This is potentially longer because it, but I can't argue about it. I can't argue. It's still confusing. This is still a question mark beyond my understanding. Again, I could shift this 10 a little bit, and it's still not gonna fix the problem. It's just not. Whatever. I have to remind you guys, there's some fucking mental illness going on around me. People are honking with their cars. They can't stop. It has been going on for like 2 months. I don't know how long. 2 months is a long time. I'm just trying to paint a picture here. And it's fucking mental, bro. These honkings are not just fucking fluffy sounds. Like, you're affecting a lot of people with that sound, with that notification of whatever the fuck you feel. A lot of people have to fucking, react to it, basically. Put it in their brains, even subconsciously. Just accept that it's just happening. And for me, it's just absolute pain because I don't know what the fuck is happening. What is happening? It's just so random. It's like, what? It's not necessarily happening next to my place. I don't feel under attack. But it's just everywhere. All of a sudden, right? Something fucking clicked to these people, and it was just a honking pandemic. People trying to be as annoying as possible without getting in trouble type of fucking pandemic. But I will have to, like, find one of these people and just confront them. But even if I confront them, I'm probably not going to get the answer. Because if it's a pandemic, it spreads like an idea. And it doesn't spread as a reason. Alright? As a reasonable idea. People just honk because they feel like, oh shit, this is empowering. I can have so much power with that. That's what turns into a pandemic. You gain power by being evil. You feel that way. But, it's always a twisted fucking reality. If you're being unreasonable, you're not going to get any power. You're just becoming food for the hungry. And you feel like getting attention from the zombies is empowering somehow. Because you're bored. Alright? It's actually quite fascinating to, notice that. Basically, I don't recommend playing with death. Awakening monsters, being unreasonable and poking the bear, at some point bear is gonna wake up and you won't be able to run away from a bear. Alright, that's upset that you just like, where's my food type of awakening. Alright? Imagine fucking waking up a polar bear. Actually, a bear in winter. Alright? Not a polar bear, but, you mix these things and it's like, oh, it's a polar bear now. Because, no, in winter, bears known to be sleeping the entire way. They just eat so much they can sleep the entire fucking winter somehow. What a magical move that is. I wish I could do that. Maybe I need a human sacrifice, actually. After all. I really don't want to be evil. I don't want to project negativity. But that's what a man does. A man is repelling. A man is disgusting. It's by default. It's a given. Alright? It's a manly trait. I can't hide it. Alright? I can't hide my dick. Unless someone takes away my dick powers every now and then and makes me happy and stuff. Well, so there's a reason to even like the most dislikable people in the world, and just lonely people in general. There's a reason to like me. But I'm not some kind of exception in the bad term. I'm exception in the good term. If women like me, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna be that person who just takes it for granted. I'm always gonna be suspicious, regardless who you are. You can be an alien, I will still be suspicious. You know. Do you have enough burritos to feed my needs, alien? You really want to probe me right now? I don't know. I've never heard of alien sex before, so I don't know if I should do that. I'm gonna be suspicious, guys, about everything. Now, if women start all of a sudden noticing me and messaging me, like, that's weird, right? How do you bridge the gap so it's not weird? Holy shit, it's difficult. Holy shit, it's mentally insane to try and bridge the gaps now. The longer the silence continues, the weirder it is to fucking break it, right? Because now we just gotten accustomed to silence, to loneliness. We just accustomed. Unless we are reasonable and we're reasonably saying, like, right now I want to break your loneliness. Can we do something about it? And then we start thinking about how to solve a problem. Is the only way. The only fucking speedrun way out of loneliness is to just work together on it. And while you're working together, you're also spending time together. That's it. But when you work together against loneliness, that doesn't mean that you just, collapse into each other and you have solved everything. I don't care about that. I'm sure my problem is everyone else's problem too. And we have to, explore it. So once I get a girlfriend, my world changes every time when I get a new relationship. Simply because I will have to work with her towards something, not work in order to build a relationship, because that's impossible. All right? If it doesn't happen naturally, I'm going to be suspicious that it just doesn't happen at all, that relationships are a hoax, told by lizard people or blizzard people. I don't know anymore, bro. I'm scared. Is it lizard or blizzard? Which one is it? Because I worship both people. I worship the government for giving me money, and I worship card games for being fun. Yeah. The most fun genre of gaming that I found. So, where do we go from here? Alright, I worship lizards and blizzards, and they could be fucking my mind, telling me that relationships exist, but they actually don't. Because no one knows how to fucking build them anymore. And the question is, like, why would that be the case? But the world hosts more people, more strategies. So even if you build a relationship, someone could actually break your relationship. Someone can actually break marriages, just go through everything. Some idiot who has the perfect strategy to do it can just just become Lord of the Breaking Rings, basically. Some idiot is gonna do it, The world is that unstable because we have so many people and they're just off the hook. They can do whatever they want in a way. Unless we don't allow anyone to do anything, then you can keep your marriage. You're just gonna be disconnected from the rest of the society, though. So if you want to have a child, have a child. It's just don't expect the traditional ways of living anymore and your traditional ways to actually work. It makes no sense. In fact, having children is supposed to be a luxury right now, specifically now, unfortunately. It's supposed to be a luxury because you have to, understand your environment, and there's a lot of people around you at all times, and you have great awareness, and you can build relationships a little bit faster to get to know a person based on their projection on social media, whatever. You can get the vibe very quickly. In one day, you can get the vibe and put that person somewhere in your memory. categorize people. As long as it's not negative. Because if it's negative, you've lost the game. You have to start all over again. The definition is just wrong. If you negate person or put them in a negative light, they're your enemy technically, and you have to defeat your enemy now. It's just, it doesn't work that way. You definitely can't keep these people close. So you have to find something positive about everyone, and it's not that difficult. I don't have enemies. I'm not bothered by anyone. I can poke certain people a certain way, but I'm not gonna dive in and just start attacking them. I don't see a reason. And that's the whole point. Like, if you become unreasonable, you do weird things. You just start doing weird things just to entertain yourself, just to entertain the amount of power that you have. Slick fucking weird, bro. But this is where we're evolving into. Like, it's gonna be very messy. The funny thing is, the world is kind of messy, and you agree upon your death. You sign up your death contract. Whether you go to war, whether you allow people to dig through your wallet. Right now, I had a dream. There were a lot of people in my fucking, in my place where I live right now. There were a lot of people. What did I do? Fucking got upset and kicked everyone out. There were like fucking 5 people, 5 men basically. My age basically. Kicked everyone out. In dreams, you're immortal. No one can fucking do anything. No damage can be done. But you can definitely push people around and make them uncomfortable just as much as you are. And I didn't have a choice. I just kind of like became aware when those people were inside my place. And I had to fucking kick them out. The fact that I did that, the fact that it didn't turn into a nightmare of any kind. And I even stole their phones, which were very old phones. So you know they're from fucking ancient times. Ancient fucking aliens visiting me, basically. Trying to find shelter in my place. Yeah, excuse me? You think I'm nice? Yeah, I'm nice until you just break my sanity. Then I'm not nice. I'm the opposite of nice. I'm like the worst nightmare you could ever have. I'm like the nicest dude because I know how bad it's gonna be if you make me lose it. Then I'm gonna be the worst. It's just a simple switch from one extreme to the other. And we're gonna ease into it. Don't worry about it. You'll know where you're going. You will feel the vibe changing slowly and surely. And it's about time to leave, basically. Yeah, you can feel that I'm opposite of nice. Not from my voice, because my voice is fucking deranged, basically. Like, I feel normal when I speak to myself. When I listen to myself, I can thank you, microphone. Where's the AI technology to just fix my shit? Fix the way I feel to other people? It's like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, I looked for it, okay? It's not the first thing they wanted to make. The first thing they wanted to make is just enter the deeper matrix of controlling every pixel on your screen and showing you images of things that are not real. But it's just flexing, basically. AI is just flexing their powers. It's like, okay, bro. Okay, you want a real flex? Sometimes we're gonna invent things that not meant to exist, that we're just gonna forget the next day. Collectively, we're just gonna forget about it, and then we're gonna be like, wait, how do we use that thing? And it just breaks upon contact, and it just disappears. And that this AI fucking nonsense just can just burst like a bubble and just disappear from existence. How could it do that? And why would it do that, right? Well, first of all, maybe some people don't want AI technology to exist because it's too weird. Maybe it's just disruptive. Maybe people want to use it for evil purposes. There's many reasons for it not to exist sometimes, for things not to exist, for you to not be able to upload YouTube videos anymore, unless it's sanity content. You know, someone can press the button and things won't work the way they did before. It's just how it works, boys, on the internet. Someone has the buttons, unfortunately, and you will never even know whether they have been pressed or not. They're just gonna pull the rug in likes you have never seen before. Yeah, guys, someone has the keys to mess with your brain if you invest too much attention into the internet without actually taking control over things you see and things you experience. A rug can be pulled, you can be just boxed into your little bubble and force-fed an experiment. Not experience, but an experiment. You can just turn into a rat, basically, if you focus too much. This is why reality is pretty good. Just go outside and touch some grass. Because, you know, people are gonna be increasingly more manipulative if we don't have control over them. All right? To just mitigate manipulation. But anarchy has to exist. Some form of anarchy has to exist. We have to establish it somewhere where it's safe from everyone else's manipulation. So we're still looking for that, all right? The promised land. So internet is just basically random generated garbage where YouTube exists successfully, YouTube competitors successfully exist, but everything else is random garbage. I did the whole thing on Sniper Wolf. I didn't show you guys. It's gonna take a long time to scroll. Wait 1 second. Fucking like and subscribe for more. Let's go. Everyone's obviously circle jerking themselves. You know, it's like, who's actually getting likes here? Double check your privilege. Who's getting likes? You know, who's generating likes here? Unfortunately. If you're just talking to me, like, you're not generating likes. It doesn't matter where you're clicking. But here's the thing. I was called a simp, so I had to, you know, send a simple message. Very, very simple. Telling, I'm kind of like lawyer of YouTube, and I'm gonna, you know, bail Sniper out and shut down Jaxfilm's operation, and maybe I'll take his channel, maybe I'll take a cut from Sniper Wolf. You know, we're all gonna be happy in the end. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry. There's a clear winner, and it's neither of them. Neither. The biggest person on the platform cannot be a winner if they get into any sort of drama, which is obvious. But then you can start salivating, right? Because who's going to be the winner? Jackson's going to be a winner because he's being abusive and annoying and, you know, yeah, over-investing in the wrong directions all the time. It's a lot of views. And then 0. It just dies. What the fuck is this shit, right? It's so inconsistent, it's so weird. You upload, you get like 20 views, and then just dies. Your content dies. I uploaded this. I uploaded a cup with pink drink. I got 901 on TikTok. I got 900 views. All right. Yes, it's a TikTok, so we're not so, but it's a TikTok though. So a lot of people upload. I got 900 views, bro. Well, so what do I upload shitty TikToks instead? Is that my way of life? I can only upload shitty TikToks with bad quality. I'm sorry, guys. But if I'm gonna become a TikToker, I'm not gonna be nice to YouTube as I am right now. I have plenty of things to do on YouTube. I don't have to switch platforms. But I was just curious how many views I'm gonna get for a fucking mediocre video where I just annoy people. 900 views, bro. It stopped, obviously. Dead. Video's dead. But damn, it was entertaining. Also, it's the first video, so, you know, TikTok is like, oh, cool, we're gonna show it to everyone. Your first video, congratulations. It's just so weird. I want to compare it to one girl that I have. This is a girl I like that messaged me back. She went to a fucking concert and got just the double amount of views. And she like has followers and stuff, right? She exists on this platform. In a little bit more impressive way, and still got just 1,800 views. Double the amount. Excuse me, bro? Is that it? That's all you got? I'm not impressed. It's still more than I do, but like, I just upload a cup with pink drink, bro. I'll show you the proof, man. See? Pink drink, bro.
The most, and I will not tell you. No matter how hard I...
No matter how hard you ask me, I'm not gonna tell you what the drink is. It's ridiculous. Beat it. Alright, so we're finishing another episode of Sanity Dump, and we made 0 progress. Isn't that fucking hot? 0. Let's go. 0 is a good number. Here's a funny thing about these fucking virtual blowjobs. Honestly, you can look at it from one perspective, but the actuality, they're just like fucking rocking their head up and down as if they're slaves, basically. Like, okay, I will do whatever it takes, man. I guess that's what blowjob is, to be honest. I don't know. You tell me, man. You tell me. And that's what people, you know, praise themselves for, you know. I've been able to enslave a woman and program her. No, you didn't. When I look on Instagram, there's barely any women who want to post pictures of themselves with a dude. That's a first. So, do you really control a woman, or did she just took advantage of you? Took your energy and just ran away? We'll never know, guys. You gotta be more aware of things than that. And the more aware of things you are, the more likely the things you have are gonna break. So a lot of people don't want to be aware because they know there's potential, you know, change imminent in their lives if they become too aware. But you just need awareness. You just need by default. You need to break things to improve things. It's not going to be bad for you by any means. The moment bad things is going to happen, someone is going to fill in the spot of trying to help you. And they will realize, oh shit, who they're dealing with. What kind of level of a person they're dealing with. It's totally okay to increase your awareness as much as you like until people start stopping you because like, oh shit, now you're being aware for me, you know. If you start being aware for other people, it's like the most repulsive thing ever. But this is what government is doing, you know. When we say government is spying on us, some form of government. It doesn't have to be your country's government. Technically, Facebook and other social media are governments. It's a system of governance, unfortunately. Almost. In a way, it's capitalistic right now, but it's aiming to become a form of governance. And TikTok is aiming to exist as a tier 1 thing. But first we have to change the world a little bit. We have to get comfortable with this number. It happened, this thing happened, Now YouTube is the government system that has established. We are trying to commercialize our channels, and TikTok is just a place where we can shitpost. YouTube is not a place where we can shitpost. But I say otherwise, because I work for YouTube as a government person now. I'm tier 3, so I can shitpost below me, you know, if I want to. And I don't consider my posts shitposts, okay? Except for now. The sanity content, that's shitposting in a way. Yeah. Or it's gonna turn into shit eventually, and then I will be... I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know if this is shitpost. But it's just so random that it's technically shit. Like, you're not gonna get that much value out of random content that I'm making. It's just gonna be completely random, completely off the rails. And if that's what you wanted to see, like, you're wrong. That's not what you want to see, bro. That's not what you need at all. Fucking 300 sparkles already? Holy shit. Someone's gonna get rich. Lindsay, you gotta get that. Gotta get that juice. Wow. What a lucky woman. Respect. See you guys in the next Sanity Dump. Keep grinding that fucking YouTube thing to insanity. Because why? We don't need sanity. We just dump it. Eat it. Enjoy. Bye.